但是中文是我的母语。Just to make that clear.
Okay. So, what's your relationship with money?
My relationship with money is a very complicated one because.
Can I record?
Yeah, you can record. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't think I've ever lived in a time where I had no money, but I've also never lived in a time when I had a lot of money. It's always been there. I just treat it as a tool, not necessarily this necessity, not necessarily something I have to have. It's just something that it's just a basic necessity, but it's not a strong desire to own.
Could you raise an example of that can illustrate your relationship with money?
Okay. So because I never have the strong desire to want money, I do a lot of work for free. So I'm a freelance videographer, and a lot of times when I meet new clients or I have to do work with someone for the first time, rarely do I step forward to say I need this much money. The question of compensation is always raised by the other side, and a lot of times I'll say, right now, let me give you the best product. We'll discuss money later. Or I'll just work for free, and then if you feel like my work justifies being paid, then let's do it. Yeah.
So what do you value the most? Because money is not at the top of your priorities, so
No.
what do you prioritize when you work for your clients?
Service and reputation. I want everybody to come to me knowing that this is a guy who is committed, this is a guy that puts quality first, and this is a guy who, yes, you need to compensate him, but he's not going to beat you to the ground for every last dollar.
So are you satisfied with your relationship with money right now, currently?
It's always nice to have more, but I don't think everybody needs more. There have been studies done that once you pass a certain point of personal income, it's like $75,000 or something, your happiness starts tapering off.
Yeah. I also read that research.
Yeah, so I don't know if they say more money, more problems. I can see that happening.
Why?
It's more of
Did it happen to you?
No, I see it in a lot of rich friends that my mom and dad have. The ones 1980s, 改革开放, like they broke out and started doing a lot of international business. They made huge money, and now you have investments in so many places, you have so many properties. Yes, you have the freedom to say, let me sell this house, let me get this money, I'll do whatever I want with it. But you have so many hands and so many things that it's this constant stress factor. Yeah, I don't need that. Yeah.
So did the stories that your parents, friends, their experience influence how you view money? Do you think that is
I think so.
factor that influence your attitude?
Yeah.
To further explain how that impact your attitude towards money.
For the longest time, I saw money as an evil and not as a tool. Yeah. I saw money as something that ruins relationships, ruins friendships. And also, I study a lot of history, so money is something that people have gone mad over, and it brings out the worst in humanity. You kill for money, you rape for money, you conquer for money, you go out of your way to exploit another human being's livelihood for money. If that is the ultimate driving factor for humankind, I don't want that. Yeah.
What specific book or where did you read this? Is it incorporated in your textbook, or it's your interest to read?
It's my interest. Yeah.
So about those experience of a parent friend, could you recall one or several that have the strongest influence, maybe a turning point for you, that had led how do you say that?
There's never a specific experience that sparked anything. It was this constant. It was a constant topic.
So it's very common among your friends, your parents' friends, that they are living an unhappy life
Not
caused
necessarily.
by
I don't think it's
owning a lot of money?
I don't think it's unhappiness. It's complications. Yeah. I mean, you look at, and this is something I realized when I went to South Africa. So that's a country of two extremes. The richest square mile of Johannesburg and the poorest square mile of Johannesburg are divided by one highway. People in Sandton, it's the richer part. It's jobs, house, and they seem to be in that rhythm of I need to make money, I have to make more.
The poor people or rich people?
The rich more so actually. Poor, they have their struggles as well. That I have to make money, but I feel a general sense of you are actually more generous when you have less, because you do not know what it means to hold a lot and to protect it. And so wealth attracts attention. And that attention attracts fear within yourself, because you are always wondering, is somebody approaching me because I have money? Is somebody trying to befriend me because I have money? And what if someone steals it? So you start living in this constant state of fear, and I don't want that.
Did you get to know someone? Like, how did your impression come from? Like, from somebody telling their stories? Like, what did this impression come from?
Friends who are stingy.
Sorry?
Friends who are stingy, 小气. Parents, friends. Yeah, that way I would say.
So, when did you be exposed to those parents' friend stories? Is it in your childhood? Like, what time period?
Teenage years.
When you are here?
Teenage, yeah.
After you came here?
Yeah, after I came here.
So those friends are in China or here?
Still, and some of them, $100,000, $200,000, get a green card. And there I also see a bit of unfairness, because my family spent, I can't say for myself that I've spent, but my parents sacrificed and spent decades getting their American citizenship. And somebody waltzes from overseas, slaps money on the table, and gets a green card.
So you kind of hold grudge towards them?
I think to a certain degree, yes. When you have a lot of money, a lot of things become so easy.
But don't you feel like envy them since they can get this thing
No,
so
actually
easily?
no. I don't feel envy. Because I have it. Yeah. Do I wish that I could do the same in other parts of life? Yes. But I think there's a certain degree of appreciation you need to have for the challenges in life that present themselves when you are short of money. If everything is solvable by handing over a bunch of dollar bills, then I don't think there is that sense that I have to work for anything. Because I have to work and have to struggle more so than richer friends that I have. I think I learned to value a lot more things.
Like what?
Well, I learned to value things beyond just money, first off. I learned to put money not as my first priority. I learned to value friendships. I learned to value doing work for the love of the work versus doing work for the money. Again, I've seen friends who go to jobs that absolutely suck their souls out and that they absolutely hate. But it's got that fat-ass paycheck. And they stay, and they're unhappy, and they think suicidal thoughts on the way to work. Not all money is good money. No.
So, when did you decide to work for the nonprofit? Right after graduation?
When did I decide to become poor? Let's see. The day I decided I want to study journalism was the day I became poor. So good luck to you too.
So you envisioned that
Oh, hell yeah.
when you made this decision to study?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my other friends are doing like computer science and programming and data coding and stuff. And now they're earning six figures. They have luxury apartments on Michigan Avenue and down the South Loop. And here I am, like trying to like just hold myself together out in Uptown. Yeah, it was something I completely expected. And you know what? I would not trade it for anything else. My job, I get to meet people that ordinary people don't get to meet. I get to go to places ordinary people don't get to go. I get to travel a lot. I get to experience humanity for what it is and not what it is on a spreadsheet. And that may be a skewed view of mine because I'm very artistic and humanistic. I may have this super biased judgment about people who work in tech and consulting and all the business desk jobs, right? I think that they may be richer financially, but I think I'm richer and more holistic as a person.
So, could you explain to me more about your job and what kind of service to provide and how did you select your clients?
I do video production, so that's producing, creative, consulting, editing, shooting. My first client was an old lady who owns an art gallery next door to the nonprofit that I worked at. And from there, it kind of just spread by word of mouth. And then you pick up things along the way, you meet people. If people come to me and they want me to work with them, then I always give them that chance. Yeah.
So the first old lady you shoot for her gallery?
Mm-hmm.
And then just freelancing for clients.
Yep.
And did you, if some clients come to you and they are not those whom you respect, will you still take the job?
If they're not ones I respect.
Yeah. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're like merchant. Just their business, but not non-profit.
No. I didn't say I didn't respect people who do desk jobs or businesses.
Maybe respect is not the right word, but just not the ones you think are most meaningful.
Sure. I mean, I'll still take the job. Again, money's a necessity. I gauge when I need it, but I also stop short to say I don't need too much of it.
And you charge differently according to the clients. What kind of criteria you use when you charge them?
If it's an art gallery where you're able to serve caskets of wine and steak and fish in a one-night dinner party, then I know you got a lot more dollars hiding in your sleeves, and I'm going to charge you. One, because it's not work that I am too attached to, and two, because, well, if you're willing to pay up and you think my work is good, then I'm going to value myself. But then, if you're a nonprofit that takes, that's on a tight budget, but it's education-based, you're taking kids from the South Side and you're exposing them to different things around the city and around the country. Being able to be part of that mission is payment. So I charge them way lower than what I would normally charge a person.
How do you allocate your income?
I live very minimally. I don't have internet in my apartment. I don't don't own a car.
Oh, really?
No.
You don't have Wi-Fi?
I don't have Wi-Fi. I don't own a car. I shop at Payless Shoes. I shop at Aldi for food. I live within my means. And from time to time, again, I'm never short of money. So from time to time, I'll be like, yeah, let me splurge on something. Like, I just got a new camera bag. But usually it's more so things that I need and that are worthy investments rather than just like, this looks cute, let me buy it.
What kind of investment you just mentioned?
Investments in my professional life, so equipment. Investment in my health, so I take Muay Thai classes.
What is that?
Tai Chuan.
Oh.
Yeah. So I would get boxing gloves, I would get shin pads, I'd invest in like protein shakes and stuff. Yeah, it's a pretty boring life, so there's not much I actually have to spend frivolously on.
Do you invest in other things like financial products?
Yes, but out of my monthly paycheck. Yeah, I invest in a retirement plan or whatever.
Oh, are you enrolled in a retirement plan?
Yeah, 403B.
For what is 403B?
It's like a non-profit version of 401k. Yeah.
So does that need an employer to also contribute to the plan? So since you are a freelancer, who is your...
Oh no, I have a full-time job and I freelance on the side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is your full-time job?
Well, I left it. I just left it like a few days ago.
Oh.
And it was videography at a nonprofit. Now, next week, I'm going to be a multimedia producer at the University of Chicago.
Oh, so that is another full-time job. So you're gonna roll over that plan to this one, and it's the same plan.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So within that plan, is it like you invest money in it, and then your employer will match your
exactly.
match your investment?
That's it.
And how do you allocate the money? Because do you plan to?
I do what human resources tell me to do. Because I don't.
You don't want to spend time on that.
I don't want to. I know that it's not wise in some people's point of view, but as a 26-year-old, I don't want to worry about when I'm 62. I am going to enjoy having health. I'm going to enjoy having energy. I'm going to devote my time to the present. I will save a little bit for the future. I'm doing that. And as that day comes closer, I'll make it more and more of my priority. But I'm not going to spend my life living in worry or fear that something's not going to work out. Things always work out. I have friends who have gone through homelessness. I have friends who have gone through extreme poverty, and they somehow stand. And if one day that it comes to a point where I have to go through that, then maybe it's more of a growing experience rather than something that I should be afraid of.
Do you mind telling me the proportion of the money allocation of your monthly
5%.
income? 5% in retirement plan. Like, how much percent in the self-investment, like in the equipment and the fitness?
That depends. Let's see. I can break this whole thing down for you. I make about... Wow, this is giving you sensitive information. I make about... No, it's fine. It's fine. I make about $4,500 a month. That's before tax, so you can do the calculations. I spend $775 on rent. I spend about $140 on my Muay Thai membership. I spend $100 a month on...
What membership?
Tai Chuan. I spend $100 on a CTA pass every month. I spend about... I want to say $50 to $70 on food every week. Yeah. I then miscellaneous things. I mean, I don't have a girlfriend, which helps. So yeah, that's kind of like my monthly expenses. I try to save. I always want to see green. I never want to see red.
So the remaining money you put it in the bank?
Yeah.
Just a saving account, not other.
I have a checking account. Yeah, checking and savings account. Yeah. I try to put money in my savings account every now and then, just so I can see the money go up. I like that. Yeah. But most of the time it's like paycheck to paycheck. I just burn through that cash. Yeah.
好像问完了。
好，没问题。
如果有 follow-up question 可以问你吗？
Yeah, you ask whatever you want to.
忘记第一个就是把自己的收入告诉我的。我之前问了5个人，然后就一问到收入什么的，就他们只会说 percentage， 就当然他们不会告诉我他们挣多少，这样。Too sensitive for strangers.
收入就是收入。这些东西其实我也不知道人是。
谢谢你们等我。没事，我就是在怀疑你跟我做的是不是一个作业，我所有人。